What up to all my beautiful queens? Salute to all my kings. Hope everybody having a blessed day today. It's Sunday. I just want to come on here and talk about something I just been seeing going around on the internet, dealing with Mr. Tendernism. And on this subject, I just want to start off like this. Have you ever saw a woman that was in an abusive relationship and or either in an unhealthy relationship, and you wanted to help that woman out, try to help get her out of there because you knew what she was dealing with, and you went to speak with her and tell her, how she don't deserve this, that she deserves better, she need to leave him. She need to leave him and, go on about her business. And that woman, she heard you out, but she wasn't leaving that man. Like, she was still in love with the man. She didn't, he wasn't, to her, he had, showed signs of changing. Like, she saw something in him, so she's not going to leave this man, just because he's, cheating on her, just because, he's abusing her, or because he's disrespecting her or whatever. She felt like, something good got to come out of this. So she ignored everything you say, and she, stick around in that relationship until it gets too bad, or so bad that she realized nothing's gonna change. The best thing for her to do is leave and get out of this situation. Sometimes she may stay in that situation longer than she should have, but her faith, her hope, what she believed in was telling her that, this guy was going to change. So she didn't leave when you thought she should leave. She left on her own time when she got ready to leave. Whether she left too late or she left, too early, she wasn't going to leave until she was ready to leave. And I think about that, and I say that's the same situation I see with this brother, Mr. Tendernism. I see everybody's talking about, how the owner of the restaurant is profiting off of his labor, his hard work. Mr. Tendernism brought the fame, brought the popularity to the restaurant, by doing, all the advertising he was doing, as far as, the meat falling off the bone, had all different celebrities, join him, and, they making little skits. I come across Mr. Tendernism through Instagram. I started seeing, I saw a few videos, here or there, and then all of a sudden it's like every other video, it was Mr. Tendernism. He be with different people, and doing what he does, shaking the meat off the bone and, just, slapping it down and walking off like, he is an entertaining character. I know guys like him for real in real life that act like that. Those older guys, they put on the show. They got a little charisma about themselves, about the thing, the way they do things. But I guess everybody's thinking that this man is getting taken advantage of by the owner. They saying they using him to do all the footwork, but they doing all the benefiting. I heard supposedly they done trademarked his name, so they getting paid off of that. They, just seem to be using the guy. And so I know several people reached out to him. I saw a couple of interviews, where the guy's talking about, Mr. Tendernism was talking about they treat him well. He's happy where he at. It's not what you think. It's not what you think it is and everything. So, he made it clear that, he's happy. He don't see no wrong in it. So my thing is, if he don't see nothing wrong with it and he's satisfied, who are we to tell this man what he need to be doing or what he should be? It's like we are having more of an outrage about it than he is. And I don't think, I'm not the type of person that I'm like this. If you like it, I love it. You know, if you happy, who am I to come try to step in and tell you how to be happy? I tell you, you should make a different move. Maybe he don't think he can make another move. Maybe he don't think that it's nothing else better for him. You know, he's an elderly guy. You know, probably been in the business for a long time. He didn't start the company, from what I understand, but he helped make it to what it is. You know, he helped brand it to what it is. And I know people fly way out there. If I'm not mistaken, it's in California somewhere. People fly over there just to eat the food and hopefully, you know, get to meet him just based off, you know, his TikTok, his Instagram videos or wherever they come across him, you know, wherever they start to fall in love with him. So I just want to say, man, leave the guy alone. His family, if he got any family, I don't know how close he is with his family, but I think somebody would have been pulled his coattail a long time ago if they thought it was something going on. You know, we outside in the outside world, you know, we on the outside looking in. We don't know what's going on within there. We just going off what we think we see, you know. We don't know what type of relationship they have, you know, behind these cameras, outside of these cameras, outside of this internet. So that's just my take on it, man. I don't believe in getting in people's business, especially people who don't want you in their business. You know what I'm saying? People who, you know, they content with where they at. They satisfied. They don't have a problem with it. They don't see an issue with it. No matter how much you tell them about it or you try to explain to them what they could be doing, if they not willing, then leave them people alone, man. Just go on about your business. And you know, just wish them the best. You know, pray that it is going well. Cause like I said, we don't know. We on the outside looking in. We just, you know, think we see what we see, you know, through our lenses, but it might not even be what it is, you know. So I don't know. All this is allegedly to me, because I don't know if they trademarked the tendernism. I'm just speaking on what I've heard, what I saw people say on social media. So yeah, I just wanted to give my take on that. And that's all, man. Just stay out of people's business if they don't want the help. You can't help nobody who don't want to be helped. But yeah, this Black King Matter, man. Y'all stay blessed and have a good day. I'm out.